Okay, so we created a calculated column called initials, and we use the left, the mid, the find, and the upper functions to generate a column of initials. Let's have a look at the left and find in another way. I'd like to create a new column, and let's imagine that we didn't receive a column that had the first name or the last name. We only received a column that had a full name. And we want to split the full name into two separate columns, last name and first name. I'm going to go to home and I'm going to create a new column. And this new column, I'd like to call it first name. And I often like to use capitals because it tells me that that is a column that I've generated, because most columns aren't all completely in capitals. So I'm going to go first name equals shift enter, and I want to document that this function returns the first name. Shift enter. I'm going to tab to indent and say that I want to use the left function. My text single quote, and I'm just going to type FULL because that drills down to anything that contains the word full, and I'll press tab, comma. Now I want to find, tab, the space, comma, within the text full, and there it is there, customer full name, close bracket. So this is going to grab the text out of full name, but it's going to first of all find out where the space is. It'll find out where the space is, and it'll grab that number of characters to the left of the full name, which will result in grabbing the characters that represent their first name. Let's do another one. Now this one I'm going to actually take a copy of this here, because you can copy and paste, and just copy that. I'm just going to press Ctrl C to copy it. I want to create a new column, and in this new column I'm just going to paste. Now I'm going to change the wording to surname, and this returns the surname. And I do not want to grab from the left. I actually this time want to grab from the right. That is the end of the customer's full name. Now, how many characters do I want to come in from the right hand side? Well, the number of characters is going to be the length of the full name minus the position of the space. That remainder will be the number of characters I want to grab from the right hand side, or the end of that full name. So I want the length, which is LEN, and I want the length of the full name. I may have to just trigger it a bit. The length of the full name, close bracket, minus the position of the space. So I'm wanting to retrieve characters from the right hand side of the full name. The number of characters I want to retrieve from the right hand side of the full name is going to vary per person's name. It's going to vary, so I have to calculate the length, that is the length, the number of characters in that full name. Then I have to work out and find where the space is, and if I take the number of characters minus the position of the space, that's how many characters I want to grab from the right hand side. And so that's what this function's doing. So I press enter. And there's my surname. Now it's actually giving me a space, is it? Maybe I'll go -1. Close bracket. No, definitely isn't. It's just an optical illusion. So I'll take that out. Right. So there is a function that returns the surname using the right function, the LEN function, and the find function. So left, right, mid, LEN, find all exist in Excel, but they also exist in DAC, and they're a great way of being able to extract or join information out of a column.